Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the inaugural International 10-Ball Bigfoot Challenge. Thank you. This is a Pat Fleming production, and it is brought to you by Accu-Stats. We're live in the Simonis Aramuth Arena at the Sheraton Norfolk Waterside Hotel, our most gracious hosts for the past 4 years, and we'd like to express our gratitude to them for their hospitality. We also want to thank, of course, our official table sponsor, Diamond Billiard Products, for providing us with this beautiful 5x10 table with a one-piece slate and pro-cut pockets. And we also want to thank them for their ongoing support of all of the Accu-Stats events throughout the year. We have 16 of the world's greatest players putting up their money to vie for this crown. It's a single elimination event. You win, you go ahead. You lose, you go home. So it's going to be exciting. Let's not wait any longer and introduce our two competitors. From Finland, this gentleman, among his long list of accomplishments, is a former World 10-Ball champion. In 2014, he achieved our sport's highest honor with his induction into the BCA Hall of Fame. He's sponsored by Mez Q's, and he's known as the Iceman. Please welcome Mika Immonen. Thank you. His opponent's from Canada. This gentleman is a former Diamond 10-Ball champion among his accomplishments. He's sponsored by Enviro Assessments. Would you please welcome Mr. JOHN MORRA? Okay, gentlemen, would you lag for the break, please? Your official timekeeper is John Baker. It's now my pleasure to send it upstairs to the commentary booth to Mark Wilson and a special guest commentator, Sharik Sayed. Take it away.
Welcome, pool fans, and as most everyone knows, 10-ball on the 10-foot table is my favorite match to broadcast. I'm Mark Wilson, and with us tonight is pro player Sharik Sayed. Sharik, tell us something to look for here.
Hey, Mark, thanks for the introduction. Well, I think, it's going to be an exciting match. Mika's won so many tournaments, but since my US trip has started, I've seen JOHN MORRA play almost every day, and I think he's in stroke. So it's going to be an exciting match.
Race to 11 here on the Bigfoot table. 10-ball, but we're playing 9-ball type rules where it's not a call shot game. And Immonen starts off with a scratch on the break, just the way you don't want to start the match.
I've seen JOHN MORRA play almost at every event that I've been. He's always staying in action. And so I feel good, about his performance today.
He's a great player. He was a phenomenal right-handed player, injured himself, and had to come back left-handed. I've never seen this happen before where someone reinvented themselves opposite-handed.
I think it takes lots of resilience to do that.
And he's certainly willing to work. Fearless competitor.
Mm-hmm. I know that Mika has also made changes to his approach with the game.
This is a race to 11. Every once in a while when Morrah gets trapped and has to switch hands, he's very adept switching back to the right hand, even though he doesn't choose to play that way on a regular basis.
Yeah. I think the 10-foot table definitely makes reaching for certain shots a little more difficult.
Right. Choosing a 3-rail route here. Very smoothly played. Now this position play, this is a little bit treacherous because it's hard to get the right angle to get back down for the 7, and if you have to hit that 8 ball getting on the 7, it becomes nigh impossible.
It looks like he's going forward 2 rails.
Pretty small position zone. He's going to be well short of the mark here.
Yeah. I think the cue ball might have slid a little bit due to the conditions being so slick, so he underran his position.
This table was just installed this morning, brand new cloth, so it's ultra slippery. Looks like he's going to take it on anyway. Believe he's going to clip to the 8.
Yeah, looks like he is. And play off 3 rails.
Oh, he was,
Yeah.
Look how smooth. Wow. Oh, wow. Super nice shot. Very comfortable.
Yeah.
Warping the cue ball around that, so he had a better feel for that shot than we could observe from here.
He's back in line and very nicely played on the 6 ball. Looks like he has enough angle to go around the 9. 2 rails.
Good call there. He falls into perfect alignment. One zero is our score. More in front as he cashes in the scratch on the break by Mika Immonen. It's kind of a taboo. You scratch on an opening break, you lose any kind of form of momentum you might have had by winning the lag. And now Morrah's got 10 balls under his belt. Little feel for the slickness of the table.
Yeah.
It'd be better to go half speed and make sure that you don't scratch, even if you don't make one, and make your opponent play from there.
Yeah. I think Mika probably did try that, but I think he was pretty unfortunate because the cue ball kissed off the point and then he scratched, despite his best efforts.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes if it gets kissed into, a scratch, then there's really nothing you can do about that. It's when it dunks directly in that you're really responsible.
But still early in the match, he just has to stay in it.
Morrah opting to break from near dead center of the table. He breaks right-handed. He runs out left-handed, breaks right-handed. Most unusual. He still looks more coordinated right-handed, from the years of being a pro as a right-hander. Look how square that hit was.
Yes, he does. Oh.
I didn't see if anything found the pocket. Let's see, 5. Nope.
Yeah, it's a dry break.
Okay. Well, the 2 and the 10 looks kind of awkward because the 3 and the 5 is a combination, but or is it the 3 and the 4? 3 and the 5 is a combination down table.
Yeah.
But there's a gap there between them that suggests if you don't get straight on it, it's really awkward to play.
Yeah, the difficulty would significantly increase.
This does not make getting position ideally any easier because for sure now, if he pockets the 2, he will hit the 10 ball.
I think maybe he just has to focus on making the ball here.
Well, he drew off the 10. A little side spin got him back in a real bind.
I felt like maybe a better option would have been just to focus on making the 2 ball and leave the cue ball in that vicinity where the 10 was. That way he would get, at least guarantee a shot on the 3 ball.
Right. Early in the match, unforced errors, and when he fell short on the 2, it's not even unreasonable to go ahead and play safe right there rather than force yourself into a kick and possibly risk leaving another open layout.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I like the idea. I don't know that it was accomplished. Yeah.
Looks like he got safe.
His body language, he was not happy. So it looks like maybe Mika can hit the edge of the 3. That's a pretty fine hit there.
That's really fine. And that's perfect speed control.
Johnny Morrah comes from Toronto, Canada, where he is the second best player. Alex Pagulayan being the number 1 player in Toronto.
I love John Morrah's approach to, each shot. He's consistent with every shot, his stroke, the way he lines up.
I don't know if anyone works harder than John Morrah. Nice kick and stick. Got some distance. Distance is your friend. It's especially true on the 5x10.
That was a really nice kick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good speed, created some distance.
Didn't try to overpower it. Just tried to make a solid impact. Let the cue ball go, stop suddenly, and try to get distance on that 3.
Which way would you kick here, Mark?
So I think you'd have to kick. It looks like before the 8. I would like to go 2 rails, but it looks like it goes long. So it's certainly not an easy choice to make. Either way, you can't go with power.
He might have to manufacture an angle. Yeah, I was looking at kicking from the right-hand side, like what Mika is doing now. Not enough draw.
Right. Yeah, if he uses the draw, then he can get a little more pace on the cue ball that way, but then you can't overhit it because then you don't go at the cue ball arc with the draw. So
Whichever way he decided to kick, he would have had to create an angle.
Right.
There was no natural angle available.
Just top spin coming back down for the 6, looks like.
I think he has the angle now to just about avoid the 8. And probably come back out 2 rails. Or he's playing inside English.
Didn't try to do too much with that. Just to get the cue ball off the end rail and accept the shot on the 7.
Yeah, that was a smart play.
Yeah, now he's not going to be able to get close to the 8. Doesn't look like he can go forward.
Yeah. The good thing is on the 8 ball, he doesn't have to really worry about the position because the cue ball could just go back and forth. Oh, but he landed pretty thick. Now he doesn't have to.
Yeah, that was a great shot there. He blasted that into a part of the side pocket. That has to be accurately played. Now he switches right-handed. You can see how nimble he is at that. He's got that great tempo. When he has a pause, it comes back slow, and straight, and then a super transition.
Now I'd like to emulate his stroke.
Yeah,
It's really
good.
nice.
And he gets all the way through the cue ball every time, too. He doesn't let up. Sometimes you see people take way too long of a backswing and then decelerate into the cue ball, and you have to be really adept or playing a lot to be efficient that way. Well, he overcut it and was getting just a little bit too much. Well, the angle was amplified because he overcut it, so that changed that. And that's a pretty good break for Mika Immonen.
I do feel on that shot, his pause was just a little too short compared to the rest of his other shots.
Yeah. One is our score. Both players with an enforced error. Have you played Immonen or Morrah before?
Yeah, actually, this trip I played JOHN MORRA in the World 10 Ball Championships in my second match, and wow, I didn't get to shoot till I was 4-0 down. He beat me pretty bad, but I enjoyed it. That match definitely didn't go my way, but he played really well and kept me in my chair.
He's capable of doing that.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to our next meeting where I can do the same.
All right. Immonen set the break now. This will be the second break from just to the right of the head spot. Good square hit. He took a little of the pace off of it. Got pretty good ball action. Most 10-ball tournaments, they force you to put the 2 and the 3 in the corners. And this one, they've changed that, right?
And I think no jump cues are allowed as well.
Right.
I like that part because you get to see the top players kick a lot more. You get to see the artistic side of pool more. And I think kicking in itself is such a big skill to have.
Completely agree. Morrah went after the bank shot there. Was not a safety play. He wouldn't have minded if he comes up short to get a backdoor safety, but he was playing the bank.
Yeah. I thought he was possibly trying the two-way shot, but maybe he came up a little short on the speed.
And then when he overcut the bank a little bit too, I think.
Yes.
Nice shot there on the 1, but the cue ball was led into the 9, took some of the punch out of it, so he's got a long back cut here on the 2. Wow.
I find Mika to be such a talented shot maker. He just never makes a ball seem difficult to the public,
Mm-hmm.
Even a tough shot, the way he approaches it, he makes it look like, it's a simple shot for him.
He sure does. He is really a remarkable shot maker, not just a good shot maker, remarkable.
And I would say that, his cueing is slightly unorthodox because he has that wave, but he makes it work so well for himself.
Yeah. Yeah, he went for a couple of years where he was almost unbeatable.
He won back-to-back US Opens.
He's in the Billiards Hall of Fame, so if you had any doubt about his credentials, that would sum it up. His nickname is the Iceman.
This shot looks much tougher on a 10-footer compared to a 9-footer.
Yes, it does.
A lot more distance to run.
Couldn't hit that much purer.
He's really fun to watch when he gets going. Wow.
Pretty disappointed that he didn't get positioned.
I think he overhit that by at least a foot.
Yeah, and what he wants to do doesn't appear to be there, so he's just going to rub the 9 to the side cushion and just get the cue ball down table, leave it nothing but an off-angle play. That's just to get through the inning. You couldn't for sure lock anybody up, and now you got to hope that you come back to the table with a slightly better distribution of the balls.
I think John Morrah is going to try to send the 9 up table.
Past the 10 onto the end rail. Might have hit that just a whisker hard. Yeah. Well, this can be a pretty free stop shot bank on the 9.
Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty good choice.
Yeah, might not have been free after all. The speed was wrong, I guess. Yeah, Mika's clearly dissatisfied.
Looks like he might have to swerve just a little bit. Yeah, he had to swerve that ball. And he swerved it a little too much.
Boy, that was nice speed there. Look at
Wow.
that draw position to a small window. Virtual certainty on the 10. 2-1 is our score now. Immonen in front. This isn't always the best view from here because you can see the boom camera will obliterate the rack a lot of times here. So
Yeah.
you got to kind of scramble. You can look here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a really good shot on the 9. He controlled the draw so well.
He sure did. Outer table action. Looks like Van Boning in front of Hans,
Oh, wow.
7-2.
So fast.
No, he doesn't miss. So those matches clip off. And then like Joey Tate's over here playing. Pretty cool thing this year. The people that have the stream have the capacity to switch to every table themselves. You know, that's a pretty cool thing with scoring. So
Yeah.
a lot of times there's 4 or 5 what I consider to be feature matchups going on.
And you can watch all of them, follow them.
Right. Used to always be you could only have one. All right, Morrah leading off now. Good focus on the break.
You can see the intensity in his eyes when he's aiming the shots.
Yeah. Look at the ball arrangement around the 10-ball rack there. He hit them pretty square, too, but they did not come apart that much.
Yeah. I think they actually came apart and then the 2-ball came back into
I
the
see.
rack. Yeah. That's a pretty unusual distribution of the balls.
So Mika right now, he does not have much of a play on the 2-ball, so he's considering playing safe right here. That was a little lax. That's safe. I think he was trying to use the 10 or the 9-ball to clip it.
Yeah.
To slow the cue ball down.
Looks like he was going for the 9, but I think what hurt him is also that he was stretching on the shot. That's where the extra foot comes into play.
Yeah. Yeah. More overcut it, but it wasn't he was trying to get the cue ball into the 2, and he tried to help it by overcutting it, which did get it into the 2, but doesn't make the 1. He Wilsoned that ball. I sometimes do that too, where I try to help the cue ball.
Yeah.
You're going to have to trust that it goes there.
I think what probably made him miss 10 was also that he used some right-hand side English and the ball deflected more than he expected, causing him to miss the shot. Mika is definitely getting a feel for the speed of the table now.
Yeah, that's 2 real nice position plays with good speed.
He might have to use a little bit of left-hand spin on this one.
Yeah, he sure did.
Nicely played.
Boy, look at the speed on that one. That's like 3 shots where he really fell in there pretty nice with good speed.
Yeah, and I think if you're not careful on the speed with the 3-ball, you could land in your trouble if you land too short. To get back to the 5, it'll be difficult. So there's always certain shots which look simple, but you actually have to make sure you're in the right position zone.
Pretty nice, pretty comfortable to play.
Killed the speed of the cue ball there with some left English. He left himself pretty long on this 9.
Yeah. And if you try to do too much of the cue ball, the 9-ball becomes missable.
Yeah.
Well, he was able to handle it all, and he did a lot with the cue ball to get it back that far. Didn't overdo it.
Just taking his time on the 10-ball.
And well done. 3-1 Immonen now over Morrah. So what's next up for you, Sharik? You play tomorrow? Is that the case?
Yes, I play tomorrow, and I'm playing the defending champion, Jason Shaw.
Eagle Eye?
Yep, looking forward to that match.
Yeah, that'll be a great match.
I look forward to every match, actually. Just happy to be playing pool.
Yeah, you had to go a number of years with never having much opportunity to really get out and do what you love to do. So
Mm-hmm.
you had a recent good turn of events where you were able to turn pro.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right. Immonen now breaking, leading 3-1. Boy, parked the cue ball. Beautiful.
Wow.
Looks like the one even goes by the 5 too into the corner pocket, so he might have a pretty nice opportunity here.
Yeah, that was a really good break. Controlled the cue ball. Good power into the rack.
Yeah, just opt to go safe.
Yeah. Maybe the one did not pass by the 5.
I think it did. I think the 2 was treacherous too, so
Yeah.
it was going to be hard to get on there.
I think that's where the experience comes in. I think slightly more amateur players might go for the one ball thinking that since they can see the first ball, they should attack.
Right.
But a more experienced player will know that, he
Right.
might not be able to continue and play safe now.
Certainly a good result from Morrah here on the safe. This is one of these where it's really dicey being able to do anything productive.
Yeah, I feel like even though, it's a pretty treacherous kick, I think he's better off going like soft to medium speed. So he could possibly hide behind one of those balls like that.
Yeah, he chose a nice speed there, whether it works out or not. Doesn't appear that it did. You can generally tell how Mika's feeling just with his hands. He gives you a lot of gesturing out there.
He's a very energetic player.
Mm-hmm. But when he has the positive momentum going on, it's like a freight train, and it kind of builds momentum too. And the shot making gets even sharper as the match wears on. If he's struggling, then sometimes he conspires against himself and kind of gets a little bit defeated in his attitude.
I totally agree. Yeah, but he's really nice to watch when he's in flow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Beautiful. Like a machine.
Yeah. That was a really nice shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he checked up the cue ball pretty nicely there, and he got it close to the 4, so comfortable to play.
To play with check side again. Just go back and forth for the 5 ball.
It's hard when you never hardly get a chance to play on a 5x10, and now you come to a elite level tournament on a 5x10. It's a lot of times those first round match is really a struggle.
Because all the players are trying to get a feel for the table and the shot making and everything. But it's fair for all the players in the sense that, all of them don't play on 10-foot tables that
Right.
frequently.
Right. You're definitely not going to find very many 10-foot diamond tables around. These are
Definitely.
one-piece slate, too. Can you imagine the weight of that thing?
Wow. I have played on one before, and wow, it is a really good feeling to play on one. If it was up to me, I would prefer all professional tournaments to be played on 10-foot tables.
Yeah.
That's where I stand.
And for me, I'm just happy it's not 7-foot tables. Tolerate the 9-footer. I love the 10-footer. Real nice timing on that delivery there. Real smooth, getting through the ball. Well, that's his nickname, Mr. Smooth, now that I think about it, right?
Yes. Smooth on every stroke. Every time before John Morrah plays a match, I would see him, line up against the rail, and he'd be warming up his cueing arm, going back and forth in a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that definitely helps him, his muscles to prepare for the shots that he faces in the matches.
Mm-hmm.
It's really a good example for the younger players.
I agree completely. Credit to our sport. Makes you proud to be associated with billiards.
Yep.
Didn't overhit it because he didn't want to risk rubbing the 10 ball too heavily because he hit it too hard. Got the spin to catch right away. And Morrah pulls the game back. He now has 2, Immonen 3.
Chin and Boning just won his match.
Oh, wow. That was fast.
Yes, that was.
They played 12 games. We played 5 games.
I know. Excuse me.
This is really your first experience at this event. What do you think?
This is a real tournament.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
I love the conditions. I like that the tables are tough. I like that the break is tough. Like nobody has an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Let me back.
Okay, Morrah now breaking right-handed. A lot of care on the aim here. Pretty good break. I think the 9 ball fell in. The cue ball got kissed around a little bit. Not going to have a very good shot at offensively play the 1, but certainly can hit it pretty easily. I don't know if it's a crossing bank here towards the 2. I don't know if he can play it that way.
Yeah. I think it might be a good idea to go for the cross corner bank shot. He doesn't really have many options here. And John Morrah has been playing a lot of one pocket recently, so I think he probably has a good feel for how the bank shots.
That was a real interesting play. He went rail first to play safe, and I really approve because he's using the length of the table. I think he felt like there was just too much risk with that cross corner bank.
All right. Mika's gonna play safe again.
Yeah, I wouldn't say safety play is his absolute strength. Shot making is. good at position play, but not great at the safety aspect of it.
I felt like maybe he didn't have to hit that ball that hard to go into the 7 ball, or maybe just leave the one by the top rail. I think he was trying to use the 4, 6, and 10 as blockers, but he didn't have to.
Yeah. Now, Mr. Smooth made a really nice 1 ball there. Looking on, there's Devin Poteet. He's really starting to make a name for himself.
John Morrah might try to end this rack early. There's a 4-10 combination. If he doesn't land ideal, he can probably even elect to just play a stop shot safety and use the 6 as a blocker, which I think it's a really high percentage shot.
He's clearly taking on the 10, but I wouldn't blame him if he didn't.
That was a pretty difficult shot because there was quite some distance between the 4 and the 10 ball
Right.
and the 10 in the pocket.
And the cue ball on the 4, too. You know, I mean, you're a little bit off angle there. That's why, if you choose to play safe there, that's not like an extreme act of cowardice or anything.
Definitely
it's just
not.
good decision making.
Yeah. Like I said, I think that was probably like the high percentage shot.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Yeah. He dunked that right into the side. He points to the other side of the pocket there.
Those are the types of shots where a little extra care wouldn't hurt you.
No. You can shoot in haste and then repent in leisure.
Well said. Real nice and smooth backswing
Yeah.
and delivery.
Yeah. This 10 ball to tie up the match at 3 games apiece. Thus far, a pretty interesting match we got going on here.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of mistakes from both players, and but some good position play and some good shot making. Isn't Q Master Billiards an interesting place?
Yeah, it's a nice
72
pool
or
room.
73 tables.
That's crazy.
Did you walk through it all?
Yeah, it's big. I mean, wow. I played the street pool tournament there. You know, it's a really nice pool room.
I know. I love that place. They brush the tables, Mona's cloth, polish balls. It's such a big pool room. They have a pool room inside the pool room.
Yeah, I mean, the private room. Yeah,
the Luther Lassiter room. I did not love it when I was young.
Wimpy, right? Wimpy's room. That's what I thought. I thought it was like for Luther Lassiter.
He's from Elizabeth, North Carolina, which is not too far from here, and he used to play around Norfolk for the bulk of his career. When this very tournament first began, when it was called the U.S. Open at that point, this would be 40 years ago or plus, he still competed and played and was still effective. He didn't win them, but he could beat anybody in the tournament sometimes. You know, it was,
wow.
Yeah. Really cool. I got to be around him a bit here. Nick Varner, and he's not prone to embellish, but he says that Wimpy was a top flight shot maker, and he doesn't think that Shaw has much on him for making balls.
Wow.
And Wimpy wanted to play on the 5x10 because he kind of grew up on that. So anyway,
I would have loved to see him.
Yeah.
Love to see him play.
Mika missed the ball there. Yeah, I was around him. Mike Corella wanted to play him, and he says, "How about you, old man? You want to play?" And Lassiter wasn't upset. He just looked at him, and no one had challenged him in so long. He looked at him and goes, "I got one rule. I'm going to play you on this table right here." And he pointed to the 5x10, and I got to watch Wimpy play Mike Corella in peak form, who was a super shot maker himself. And they played all night and ended up breaking even at 6 a.m.
Wow.
So, yeah, remarkable.
Wow.
Wimpy was old and Corella was young and good. Look at another position there by,
Mika.
or at least nearly. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe you can still see it. Apparently, you can.
John Morrah has had his chances.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the 10-foot table, it takes a toll on you.
Yeah. I can tell that both players are pretty uncomfortable. They don't feel their best right now.
Yeah. Yeah, if Wimpy was playing for big money, he wanted to play on the 5x10, even in his advancing years. It's
Wow.
just kind of interesting. I saw him cut a couple balls in there that were unbelievable, that other players wouldn't shoot for sure. And I'm thinking, well, he's not going to shoot this. But he made them both. Yeah.
Wow.
And he had a pretty shaky hand, too. He'd be, and come right on through there.
Wow. Oh, looks like he missed that.
Yeah, overcut it quite a little bit.
I felt like he would have been better off playing with a bit of draw and bringing the cue ball right to about center table. That way he could get a firmer hit on the 7, and not leave it up to, the table. I felt like he would have been more comfortable playing that stroke as well.
Right. I think that was the issue. It was not the table that took it from him. He did mishit it.
Yeah.
It was almost like he decelerated a little bit. Or
Yeah. I think what I meant was like, if he had played it a bit firmer, the object ball wouldn't have got thrown off its line. Because I think he played soft speed with quite a bit of spin,
Yeah.
which threw the object ball offline.
Yep.
Just the spin-induced throw.
Nice stroke there. Switching to right-handed to pocket this so he doesn't have to stretch awkwardly. And John Morrah takes the lead 4-3. Originally, this was called the U.S. Open pool tournament here. That subsequently has changed in the last 4 years, but it lasted here for nigh 40 years. Started off in Barry Behrman's pool room over on Sewell's Point Road. And, man, it was cool. It was 32 players, invitational, had a private room in the back. All the top guys were there. You had to be a prolific player to be invited. It'd be Miserak in his peak form, Rimpy Siegel Hall. Siegel won the first one. Ray Martin, Nick Varner, every top guy. Lassiter played.
There's a lot of history here in Virginia.
Yeah. Louis Roberts. Yeah, it's a good pool state.
Oh.
4-3 now. John Morrah set the break. Oh, the 9 ball found the side pocket. That's the ball that was right behind the 1. Looks like it's going to line up where he has a shot, maybe.
I think even if he doesn't have a shot, he might. Oh, there's no jump cues.
Well, I think he can easily curl the cue ball here because it's so close to the pocket. I think he can do that pretty comfortable if it's not straight in. If it is straight in, he can play without doing that. Then this is a real runnable rack. He can make this and get position on the 2. Great chance. Oh, he's going to use that object ball down there to make the pocket big. So he didn't have enough of it to cut it into the side. That did lead the position, but instead overcut the ball a little bit and left Mika a great shot on the 1.
The 5 ball being right over the pocket made it much bigger, but he just happened to hit it a little too full on the 5.
Cue ball right in the center of the table. That's the place you want to be for a lot of shots.
He could play the 4 from there, the 5 from there, the 6 from there.
Yeah.
He just has to be careful with this 5 ball to ensure that he has a nice angle so he can just drop off 1 reel for the 7 ball in the bottom left corner.
That was pretty good. And now he has the right angle to just transition across the table, play the 7 cleanly into the corner pocket. Perfect shot there. Nice speed. He must hit the pocket clean because he got it away from the side cushion. Cushion.
Cue ball landed right where he pointed his cue.
Mm-hmm. Immonen ties the score. Quality run out there. For those of you who don't know, Sharik hails from Singapore. He came to Lindenwood University and played 4 years there and went back home, got a job in a bank, played a little bit of pool. And now he has an opportunity to be a professional player. How long have you been in the U.S. this time?
2.5 months.
2.5 months. That's a long time to be here.
Yep.
Away from home. Are you ready to go home?
Yes, I'm ready to go home, but I'm also not ready to stop competing.
Yeah, well, you want to finish strong because this was really the highlight of the trip.
Yeah, definitely. I've learned a lot of things this trip, so there's a lot of things to work on when I get back home. But I'm looking forward to the training. I enjoy the process.
No, you always did. Yeah. I have absolutely no doubt that you will respect this opportunity.
I'm going to make the most of it.
Ooh, the 7 got tangled up. Mika clearly dissatisfied about that. That means he's going to have to play a position to break that out or forget trying to run the rack. And look at the rest of the balls are lined up pretty good if that wasn't for that dilemma.
What do you think about the possibility of him landing to play the 2 ball in the corner pocket where the 7 is and maybe break that open.
That would be okay. Yeah, that would be okay. The other thing is you can come around the table 2 cushions, or 3 cushions from the 3 and get it. So if you're comfortable to get below the 2 from here, but you can't risk it. Well, he feels that way. No. He's okay. Just okay. But he is okay. Yeah, I think he can go after the 7 with the 3 by going around the table because he has the 5 kind of over the side pocket, so he can take a little risk at trying to dislodge it.
Yeah, the 5X as an insurance ball.
Well, I don't know what this shot was that he just played. I guess the 3 goes cleanly in, but now that was kind of odd. So now he doesn't really have a ball that comfortably goes to the 7 to break that up.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was trying to play there.
That was, well, sure he had a reason. I just don't understand it. He will not have an insurance ball when he goes into the 7-8.
Yeah. I think your option was pretty good because the 5 was right over the side pocket. Even if he didn't get the collision, he would still at least be on the table and have a good shot at the 5. But now that opportunity is gone. And he'll have to come up with an angle on this shot to go from the 6 to the 7.
Would you maybe consider playing a billiard on the 10? Like just drop the cue ball down here. No, he's going all the way down. I guess he's just going to play the 6 past the 7 and brush it open.
I think that's not a bad option.
No, but you can miss from here. Look how awkward this lays. I think it's only 50-50. Well,
wow.
I was wrong, but he still had to take care of the cue ball. Guess he's just going to go all out for offense and bank this. Oh, yeah.
He seems to be smiling after missing that one.
I don't think he's really smiling. Although he did show his teeth. Pretty sure he didn't mean it if he was smiling. You hate to work so hard through the rack and then give it up like this 3 balls to Morrah to get a game after you did so many good things.
Yeah, I actually made a really good shot on that 6 ball. He was so far away from the pocket. Made it pretty clean, brought the 7 ball out.
There's a nice rail first shot as it just falls into perfect alignment here. Well, Morrah regains the lead now, 5-4. Yeah, if you're going to play that, you really have to take care of the cue ball. You cannot end up, you make a great shot, now you got a bank to try to get out, and then you miss the bank a hair short.
Yeah.
Absolutely gift the game away after you made so many good things.
Yeah. Every shot that he just kept shooting got harder and harder till he finally missed. He couldn't get back in line.
Right. When he set the 6 ball down table, and it did clip the 7, but I thought, the speed that he played it, he was on the end rail here with the cue ball. He just felt comfortable level cueing, and that put the top spin. So now, and then the 7 came down a little further.
Yeah.
It's a real sensitive circumstance there. But he either had to get better position on the 6 from the 5, which I thought was a hair lax. And then now that contributed to his demise in that maybe when he fell on the rail, maybe he shouldn't have gone after it.
Right, I agree.
Or he should have for sure made sure he had a shot on the 7 if he did make it, which makes the 6 far more missable, but that's where you got. So look at Morrah kind of leaning downward on the break. Good square hit. 3 ball going to find the pocket? Yes, it is. And nothing on the 1. With a pretty open layout, too, if he would have had a shot.
This match has tested both of them thus far.
Mm-hmm.
None of them have had it easy in any of the racks.
Right. We've yet to have a break and run. Man, what a shot.
What a shot.
That was not close to the pocket. You had to make that happen.
I was about to say that I would have probably pushed out to that shot, just a more difficult version.
Mm-hmm.
So if my opponent doesn't take it, then I'll be forced to shoot it,
Yeah.
as opposed to me shooting it and giving it up. But he made that
Right.
shot. Made that shot look easy.
I think that really is a testimonial why I think the push out is really not a good play, because you have to push out to a kick anyway, and you have a kick, and it doesn't solve much, is my point. And I think it's not fan friendly to understand it.
I see.
I don't know if the 5 goes, but if it doesn't go, he has a pretty nice billiard on the 10.
Either that or he has the stroke to play top spin, come off 2 rails.
Ugh. Okay.
He does have the stroke.
Yeah. He's queuing low.
He's
Like he's
opting to
coming
draw.
backwards. So, or he's going to play the 5 on the side, maybe. Is that what he's thinking? Oh, what a gorgeous shot. He had to create an angle around the 8 ball. And look at how close he got to the 5 ball here from that weird position.
That was very well struck.
You can say that again. Yeah, that was a really good shot. Now he has just a hint of the wrong angle here, but the 6 is close to the corner pocket, so he just needs to free the cue ball. And I like the way he's taking his time, because it's one of these in-between shots. You have to be committed to this, whatever it is you choose. You going into the 10 purposely?
Yeah, it looks like he is.
Oh, boy. Good decision, good execution. That's one of those, if you don't hit the right part of the pocket, then that changes that departure and how thick or thin you hit the 10, too, so it doesn't have to come out this clean.
Yeah. He could have been easily behind the 9, but
Right.
he played it well.
Right, exactly. Well, up in Toronto, he's always had to face Alex Pagulayan as his arch competitor, and they play almost every day in training. So he's used to playing tough action, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You're blessed that you have Aloysius where you're at.
Yeah, definitely. Right from now on, I'll be practicing with him even more because my job is playing pool.
Yeah, I like that job.
Yeah, I'm gonna absorb everything that I can to make me play better. This might be our very first break and run.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing: you cannot take left-handed John Morrah lightly. you will be sorry for doing that. 6-4 is our score now.
John Morrah's left hand is world class, and his right hand.
I know it. I know it. It's hard to imagine. I've never seen anything like that. Someone switch mid-career and
There's,
virtually retrain themselves from nothing.
there's only one person that I know that can play both hands really well, but he's a snooker player, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yeah. You know, in pool, both Mike Siegel and Steve Miserak played remarkable right-handed. They're both left-handed players. I would watch them play 9-ball on a snooker table and break and run occasional rack on there, but look great the whole time. You wouldn't necessarily, if you're just casually watching, you would not know that it wasn't their dominant hand.
Wow.
Now, they weren't as good as they were left-handed, but I'm just saying, it was pretty darn good. You'd say, man, this guy's a good player here. Well, Mika didn't scratch, but he also didn't make anything.
Yeah. He has a 1-9 carom, but he's got to hit it real fine. I don't think it lays good, so he might have to go for a safety.
And it's jacked up.
Yeah.
I mean, he might be spinning this, though. If he is spinning it, I think he is playing the 1-9. Nope, he went safety. I think he's going to come out of it very good. Right.
Nothing was easy there just because he was
No.
elevated over the 4-ball.
Agreed.
But that was a good effort.
This is the first shot of the inning here, and Mika really needs to make sure he gets this down. Got to stay rock solid still, and he does just that. He is good about that.
Not even a hint of side spin on
Yeah.
that stop shot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's precise cueing. And his head stayed still throughout. It's one of those where the match could slip away from you if you let a routine shot get away from you. Now, by routine, I don't mean easy. I just mean the ball that he should make. Look how much draw action he got there with a really fluid stroke. I mean, he barely hit that ball.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. But I've noticed this with Mika. He managed to get spin real effortlessly. I don't know why or how he
Yeah.
does it, but it just looks effortless when he does it.
Jason Shaw is the same way. He
Yeah.
barely hits it and he gets draw all the way. That was a good shot.
Use the full pocket there to
Yeah.
hold the cue ball.
Yeah, that was by design. Wasn't like he just hacked it down there.
This is a tricky shot because the 7 ball's blocked in both of the bottom corner pockets. So he'll have to get an angle where he can come down to play the 7 in either the side pocket or the upper
Mm-hmm.
left corner pocket.
No, that's a pretty nice shot. I think he's got a little bit of an angle here that he can work the cue ball back down to play the 7 in the side. Might have overcooked that one a little bit.
Oh, looks like
It's
he
okay.
landed pretty good.
Yeah, he's okay.
Very similar situation to earlier. Mika had a 9 and 10, which landed in almost the same place.
Yeah. Man. Very nice. Just floats that cue ball back close to the 10. Gonna get his bridge or extension or both. The interesting thing that happened to me is that I always felt like I was pretty good with the bridge. And then during the pandemic, I played daily on my 5x10 and found out I'm not worth a darn at the bridge. Because it doesn't show up on the 9-footer for me. I don't use it very often, and usually I'm just rolling one ahead, so it seems like I'm okay with the
Yeah.
bridge. But on the 5x10, you get tested where you got to move the cue ball some too, and then you find out, hey, you thought you were good, but you learn different.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I think players today definitely prefer to use the extension whenever they can.
yeah,
But having knowing how to use the bridge is such a big advantage because it might come up in an important situation when you're in a tournament and you want to win, and that's the only shot you have.
Yeah.
So it's always important to be good at all facets of the game.
Well, most people, they don't practice it, so consequently they don't have great results. So then they begin detesting the bridge. And, I hate using the bridge. I hate using the bridge. Well, that reinforces the negativity. But one time I was playing a guy, he had to make a bridge shot, and he picked it up, and he didn't really realize what he was looking at. He goes, "The bridge is my friend. The bridge is my friend." As he approached the table, it was pretty funny. And he wasn't doing it for my benefit. He was being sincere.
Wow.
He was trying to psych himself up to love it.
Good try.
Yeah, 6-5, more in front and breaking. Good square hit there. Parked the cue ball. 2 ball found the side pocket. 1 ball checks up over the corner pocket. The 3 ball, a pretty well open layout here. Mika flipped his wrist, as if to say, "Man, brutal."
I guess this is the key shot here, from the 1 to the 3.
Yeah.
As long as he lands in the center of the table, he should be fine.
Well, but there's always, then you get the 5x10 factor too. So this is the key shot on this ball, and then the next shot will be the key shot. I oftentimes say that, and then it escalates for me. But this is, making this and getting position would be huge. And he chose inside spin for control.
Yeah.
Couldn't hit that much better.
Right, there always seems to be 1 ball in the 10 balls vicinity, and that makes the rack a little bit tougher.
Yeah.
But fortunately, this time around, the 6 goes in the bottom right side corner pocket.
Yet another good shot, popping that around.
Position from the 4 to the 5 would be easy if you landed thinner on the 5. Just like that.
Boy, he's made a lot of good shots because they've all looked easy, but none of them have actually been easy.
Yeah.
You had to kind of hit the right part of the pocket with the right speed to get the right result.
They're all tricky shots just because of the speed control
Yeah.
required, and he's been getting it almost every time.
Twice he popped 2 cushions from a little bit of length and got them out there perfect. Always for me when I get here, I don't want any letdown, so it almost becomes even tougher. As the rack gets easier, I don't want to give one away because it's so hard for me to get one. So it's you can't just take it for granted. I see Jason Shaw once he gets here, it's like, oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll just run out like I always do.
Sometimes when you think that way, I think there's a little bit of self-inflicted pressure.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to mess it up.
Yep.
Maybe sometimes it's good to have an attitude like Jason Shaw where you're like, okay, you're confident about yourself.
Yep.
And you're just going to get over it.
Yeah, he definitely works for him.
Stayed in line this entire rack.
Oh, I think it's the prettiest rack that's been played thus far in the match. He's so good now. All he has to do is just roll. He didn't even have to do anything. pretty high quality pool when you see the last two shots are just, roll ahead 2 feet. You're good. And much like Mika feared, another break and run out here for Morrah.
That's 2 break and runs in a row on his break.
Yeah. Morrah's ahead by 2 games, but they're virtually tied on the total performance average. Mika's ahead 200s at 826. And Morrah 824. Reasonable level of play, not excessively good, but not bad, not hideous. Anything in above 800 on the 5x10 is pretty good. 850 on the 9-foot table, that would be the pro. World class is 900 on the 9-foot table. Here, I think the figure should be more like 870 for world class. All right, Immonen now breaking. Wow, good square hit. Made a ball on the side.
Oh.
The 1 ball checks up over the corner pocket. 3 ball found the pocket.
They're breaking really well.
Yeah. That helps matters a lot. Getting down for the 4 ball because the one's just up out of the pocket just a little bit. That's going to take some stroke.
Yeah. Think he's going to play these 3 rails with left spin?
I think he's queuing well.
Wow.
Mika did not choose a great route there. I thought he should go rail first with left and a little bit of draw and come around the table because everything's accelerating this way, where here he had to manufacture that angle with stroke and
Right.
caught it just a hair thin.
So you're saying play it off 3 or 4 rails, right?
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah.
That way he has a pretty big landing zone on the 4th rail.
Right.
And, any kind of contact would give him a shot on the 4 ball.
Well, the object ball wasn't frozen too, so the rail first helps, and then you can just use just a hint of draw to make sure that you get around the 6 ball. Apparently, Mika's failed to hit the ball, given a ball in hand. Now Morrah comes to the table with a nice open layout here, 6 balls to get. For anyone watching at home, one of the big things, when you have ball in hand, you just have to work extremely hard to make sure that you get 3 balls down. It's almost embarrassing when you don't. Naturally, all of us have times where we get but 1, but nevertheless, you really fight hard to get position on that 2nd ball so you can get to the 3rd. Then after that, if you have to scramble a bit, okay. But getting 3 balls down is a big deal with ball in hand. You'll win a lot of games.
I felt like he landed pretty far from the 6 ball, but he made it look pretty easy.
One of the things that really helps is when you hit the pocket as pure as he's hitting it, now your speed control is much, much better. When you land inside the pocket kind of rough, then your speed control goes awry.
He's going to play a soft draw here. Land straight for the 9.
Oh, got away from him. Got way away from him. Okay, so what that means is that he shouldn't have played a soft draw. Because if he got that far away, he should have come on around the table. He had the angle. He could have gone 2 rails or 3.
He could, I felt like, honestly, he could have rolled that ball in and just left himself a little reverse cut angle and come back across for the 10 ball. But I did notice that his backswing was a little too long on that shot.
Mm-hmm. I like what he did here because he didn't take one bad shot and compound it with another by trying to force the bank off angle. so that wasn't embarrassing, And rather than do that, he played the smart way here. And he's going to make Mika earn this game, not give it one away. So Mika's going to have to play a good safe, and he's got him in a bad spot to play safe from.
This shot 9 feet away is pretty tough, but 10 feet away is even
Brutal.
tougher.
Yeah. Oh, great
Wow.
shot. Great shot. I didn't know that he had enough of it then, but it still takes good execution.
He played that shot to perfection. Wow.
Yeah.
That's the best result he could have got.
Now, depending upon, I like, it might be a hair close to the rail. I like kicking behind it if I can.
Yeah, I agree. Kick it from behind. Hopefully make it in the side or the corner. If not, get safe.
Yeah, good.
Might have hit that a hair too easy. Just a little bit.
Yeah. Hard to fault him now because sometimes to get in behind it, you can't go hot. Otherwise, the cue ball retains speed, and he was trying to kick and stick. So,
Right.
and the old 10-foot table took a toll. Now, this is another off-angle cross corner. I don't think it's free. I think he's just going to play safe. I think he's just... What do you think, Sharik?
I think he's going to play safe. Do the same thing. Just send the 9 behind the 10. Just like that.
Man,
It's basically the same shot that he played earlier, just on the opposite side.
Two really good results.
Yeah. Now Mika can try the kick and stick.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh, really good. Really good. This is a nice world-class exchange right here, what we're witnessing. Not easily done.
Now John Morrah is in a tough spot because the 9 is not close to a rail. That means it's pretty hard for him to stop the cue ball after making contact with the 9. So the cue ball is going to come loose. He just has to hope the 9 goes in a position where it's difficult to make it.
Looks like he's going one-way rail at this. Efren generally prefers 2 rails. Solid impact.
Yeah. I would have gone 2 rails as well. Just because it's easier to hit the ball as well.
Yeah, the difficulty, but you get separation so much more often. Yeah, great tactical exchange there as Immonen claws back a game, trails in the match 7-6. Shark, I just want you to know this. Your old teammate, Alan Oliver, says hello.
Oh, hi,
He's
Alan.
listed in, yeah.
Thank you for tuning in.
Back in St. Louis, just had his pool table completely redone by Jack Zimmerman, which means that's like the Rembrandt, the pool table repair. And so new rubber, new pockets, new everything, new cloth.
Wow. That's also the person that did your table.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, but Alan was getting it in preparation for him improving his game, but for when you visit, you'll have a good table to play on, too.
Oh, yeah.
Tight pockets, yeah. Factory set, so it's just one shim.
I'll be visiting
Everything.
him
Okay.
when I go to St. Louis.
I know it.
Oh, that kick shot really earned him that rack there.
Yeah.
Played it to perfection.
Yeah. That was a good exchange there. I really enjoyed that. But we're on a short player timeout. All right, action's about to resume here. Morrah breaking and leading 7-6. Got his weight way forward on the break. That's really interesting. And then kind of hits downward, but then comes flat at the end. Something fell into the side pocket.
Looks like this could be his third break and run this match.
got that opportunity.
I think he played that real first just to make sure that the 1 doesn't go in together with the 7 ball. That's just a smart shot.
Just going to roll this in. Yeah, this is going to take some work to get out this rack, despite the fact the balls are being open there, because he landed just a little awkward for the corner. It's kind of flat, but then the side pocket's pretty narrow.
Yeah.
So.
I would still prefer to shoot this in the corner just because it's a bigger pocket.
Mm-hmm. Had to pop it. It was right in that in-between space.
Yeah. I feel like he could have hit that a little bit easier and maybe just a hair higher on the cue ball. That would allow the cue ball to come out so he wouldn't have to shoot as hard.
Right. Good play by Mika. It wasn't laying right to get out. Now, if Morray's going to try to, what do you think? I think he's trying to go one rail.
Yeah, I think he's going to kick this with a bit of draw so that the cue ball can come back behind the 10.
Yeah, I see. Yeah,
just like that. Yeah.
Yeah. He could have got that 2 ball a little thinner. The cue ball would retain a little more speed, and there would have been a little bit less speed on the 2. So he got just behind it just a little bit too much. It's not an easy shot at all.
That would have been ideal, but yeah.
Truly, it's pretty hard to hit that one too thin. Oh boy, Mika didn't even come close. Big swing though, so I guess I can't fault him for that. It wasn't like it was a routine stroke. He had to get the cue ball all the way over there.
No, I know that he's a pretty experienced player, but I'm surprised, like on a shot like this, he didn't take more time to prepare himself, because this is not the easiest of shots.
No. More just trying to trickle over there. Or is he going to do so? I wouldn't just roll it. No, he is. Oh, great result!
Just got there.
Great result.
I think Mika doesn't have much of a choice but to kick this softly.
Right, and try to land right on top of it. Efren's the master of this. Just hit it so square. If you hit it a little bit left or right, a lot of times you really get in a bad spot. But he's going to take an intentional foul. Not a bad move. But Morra is too smart to do something foolish here, so Mika's just looking for a little bit better kick.
That was a good time to take an intentional foul. He has put Morra in a tough spot.
Good camera work there. Looks like he almost got it touching the 9. If that really makes it tough if it's touching the 9. Look at that camera. Look at that picture. Wow. Okay.
That was a great touch on that shot.
That was. Yeah, that's just what happened is that all Mika can do is play the ball. There's no way to play a safety from there because the cue ball's coming flat at it, so it's almost impossible to get separation.
Getting from the 4 to the 6 might be a little difficult, but he could just land in the center of the table
Yes.
and maybe take a thin cut on the 6 ball.
Yeah. You understated that slightly. It's not going to be, might be a little bit difficult. It's for sure going to be difficult. The best you could do is get to the center of the table and make a back cut on the 6 and collide into the 8.
That's what I meant.
Yes. Yes. It's for sure hard.
Not only that, he's going to run into the 8, which is going to, he's going to have to make sure that he caroms or cannons the right part of the 8 ball.
And it's hard to predict.
Yeah.
But one thing he has going for him is that he does pocket cleanly, and that really helps your judgment on those. But even then, it's going to be iffy.
Can see how much right hand spin he's playing on that shot.
Yeah, it looks like he's going after the whole way, the whole enchilada.
He's just trying to get closer.
Oh, very good shot. Very good shot. Really, now, even if it wouldn't land just exactly right, he can still defend himself as long as he doesn't get hooked. That's the real heartbreaker is when you get yourself hooked on something like this, because you can make a stop shot safety pretty comfortably if you don't like it.
Yeah, and being closer, I think he has a better chance of being able to control the 8 ball as opposed to shooting it from further away.
Yep. Mr. Smooth, he crafted that right on around the 8. And like you're saying, if he would have had to play that from the center of the table, there'd be almost no chance that you could create that.
Cue ball would have traveled much further down the table.
Right. Work the cue ball nice and close. Oh, we're okay. We're okay. Boy. I forgot about this part of it. It's a 10-foot table. It gets to the other side of the side pocket, even if you're tall and stuff. But Mr. Smooth made it look natural. Super high quality run out there for Johnny Morrah. Now leading 8-6.
I found one thing that helps me a lot on those shots where you have to stretch and shoot is that just practice your stroke right next to where you're going to shoot it. So that way you can reach and go through the ball and then shoot it.
Yeah. Do you know that that's helped me with the bridge as well? And I'm telling you again about the 5x10, but I noticed my timing was off because it's so far down there. I can't see if I'm this close to the cue ball when I'm got my fingers apart 3 inches or this close. So if I go off to the side of the cue ball and then kind of examine and then take a couple, then move the bridge over, it's helped me, because I was really frustrated. Well, I was disappointed. Then I was frustrated that I wasn't better because I thought I was pretty good at it. Okay, Immonen now leading off breaking. Cue ball got away a little bit. Something found the pocket. Cue ball gets chipped down by the 1. And looks like he has a shot. The 2's hung up, so if he can make the 1, the position won't be an issue. Boy, I don't know if I'd want to move the rack here the way these balls are spaced out.
It's quite a lot of work to do in this rack.
All right. Not sure that the 4 ball goes cleanly. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. It's hard to tell from here. We're about 25 feet away from the table. Okay, Mika made the 1, but the cue ball is right on line. Good speed control there, so he got close.
Yeah, it looks like he might be able to make the 4-ball in the left side pocket. And I think that's what he might be going for.
Yeah, it must go because he would have maybe tried to open it up a little bit if it didn't go off the 10 or past the 10.
Okay.
Looks like pretty good speed here. Good job. I like the idea of moving the 6-ball away from the rail, but he moved it to the other rail. So, and then fell just a little straight on this ball. Now, one thing Mika does have, he has good power.
Oh, yeah.
So he can take a small angle and make a lot out of it. That was a great
That's
shot.
nicely played.
Yeah, really good.
I was about to say that the 4-ball was a little tricky, but I didn't think of bumping into the 6-ball to making, his work easier.
Yeah. And that would be Immonen's first breaking run out of the match. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah, I got kissed down by the 1. Okay, good. Tell you, the quality of the performance has really risen since the first third of this match. You can really see the guys are getting dialed in. Ball speeds are good.
Yeah, there's been 3 breaking runs already.
Yeah.
In the last, maybe like 5 or 6 racks. Watching these matches from, your TV screen, it looks a lot easier till you're actually there playing. And then you realize that the conditions are different, the balls are slippery.
Yeah.
There's so many things that we don't account for when we're watching it right from our television screens.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the subtleties of these little angles and the differential that those subtleties cause.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 5 and the 4. They try to play in the side here. There's a 4-ball, I think it was, or the 5-ball.
There's the 5-ball.
Okay, 5-ball, and then the 4-ball around the table.
Oh, he's made 3 balls. The 5, the 9, and the 4-ball. Wow.
At best, he has a bank on the 1, though, right?
Yes.
It's a pretty open bank. Yeah, I don't think... John Morrah won the bank pool tournament at the Derby before. You know that?
Yes,
yeah,
I do.
He sure did. So he's a good banker, but I don't think it's laying right to play offense from here. You'd have to use a high ball and power. The risk is not worth the reward. You probably don't get out from here with a high ball bank, but maybe at best if you're playing really good. Well, it looks like he is taking it on, though.
Wow, yeah, it looks like he's going for it. What a shot. What a shot.
All right. Scratch what I said about taking it on. That was the right shot.
Well, I mean, to be honest, he actually controlled it really well. Because when you're playing with that much speed, you're not sure of the amount of spin that you're imparting to the cue ball.
All right.
And he didn't overhit that.
No, and the other component of that is you can see he just floated the cue ball down, so it was a slightly different angle than I thought. I thought he was going to have to use warp drive, top spin to hug the rail. So
Let's see.
Fans have besieged the booth here wanting autographs from Sharik. Okay. Nearly chipped the 8-ball out. Now this is going to be a big stroke here, Sharik.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this shot's no joke. The only way it's any good is if you play it 2 rails.
Yes.
Side rail. And that's a big long swing, and that makes this ball imminently missable.
He's got to stay super still on this shot.
I don't mind it if he plays a crossing bank on this ball instead and plays safe and just get the... Oh, he hit that pure. Oh, what a shot.
What a shot.
Yeah. Golly. So if you find that distasteful, you just play the ball cross-side and let that ball filter down here, and then you get the cue ball down. But if you can hit it pure like that, that's the best shot.
Wow. I think that was the shot of the match.
Even the way Morra's pace has picked up walking from shot to shot is as if he has more confidence now or more certainty about him.
He's made 2 really difficult shots this wreck.
Really super out there.
This is his 3rd break-in run, if I'm not wrong.
You are correct. That's really strong. I will tell you this, from doing a lot of the Bigfoot tournaments, that's probably about the average of someone that goes pretty deep. And, it's tough to do because you're only playing a race to 11. So you don't get that many opportunities. You have to make a ball in the break, get a shot. All right, Mika. Breaking just right as center table. It's the 3 and the 6 right behind the wing. 3 finds the side pocket. That's kind of the one they try to play quite a bit. The 8 filters down. Anything else go down there? It looks like
2 balls.
The 2 ball. No.
Okay,
my bad. My bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 2 balls.
2 balls down at the break.
Nice shot on the 1, no, not an easy shot, but a reasonable shot.
The tough part is controlling the cue ball for the 2. Yeah, just because of where the 2 is, you had to hit it at soft speed. I think he's landed straighter than he would have liked.
Yeah.
On the 4 ball.
Right. So he has to make a decision how he wants to go after it. Good decision. Go all the way back. Just take the certain pocket.
There was another shot which he hit so easy and got the backspin so effortlessly.
Perfect position. Mika switches hands here.
He's trying to tell John Morrah that he can do it too.
Pretty good. Yeah, pretty nice position. Got the cue ball away from the cushion, 2 rails. Speed was good. Great match going on here. It's that was the 5th break and run out of the match. The second one by Immonen. 9-8 is our score.
This is some high quality pool here.
It is. Yeah. Kind of woke me up here this last half of the match. John Morrah now breaking. Looks like the 4 and the 2 right behind. The 4 ball is the one that's been finding the mark on the side pocket. It went just a little long. And it'll appear that anything else will go in. And it looks like he's left Mika a great shot on the 1.
The one thing that I've noticed is that when the players tend to pop the balls on the break, the wing ball, the 2 and the 4, they track towards the pocket. When the break turns out to be a bit flat, the wing balls go past the center pocket.
Now,
that's what
are
I've
you
noticed.
saying wing balls? You mean right behind the 1?
Yeah,
or
the 4 and the 2. Yeah,
Okay.
the
2
ones
balls
that,
right behind the 1 Sharik's talking about. Dennis Orcolo's looking on. Looks like Mario He in the crowd.
according to the TPA, the match is really close, and also the scoreline.
Yes. This is awkward here. It's too thin to get a draw that you can really bend the cue ball around the 5, but then yet the 10 comes into play if you don't use draw. And so you got to hit the heart of the pocket with the right amount of... See, just maybe he can get by there. Huh? Oh, he could just... Okay, he used the pocket. He overcut the pocket a little bit to get the angle.
I think it's a good thing he clipped into the 6.
Yeah. Yeah. Really good shot. When you watch that back, you'll see he kind of wobbled that ball in, but that was by design, not by he just hacked it over at the pocket. So that's the only way he could allow the cue ball to get around there without scratching. Just slightly overcut the pocket.
It's amazing how the pros can choose which part of the pocket to strike.
Yeah, from mid-range too, not just close range, but mid-range. These guys have such accurate strokes that allows them to not have to introduce side spin, so they can just use high and low. That adds greatly to their consistency. Good stop shot there.
And when they play on different conditions, their aim doesn't have to change by that much.
Right.
Because they're not introducing side spin.
Right.
Which makes their ball pocketing percentage go up.
Yeah, spot on point there.
Mika's starting to look more and more confident as well.
Yeah. No, this has been a really good match ever since the first 3 or 4 racks. But both guys are fierce competitors. And I think this is just exactly what that looks like. It's going to be a quality out from a dry break to tie the match at 9 games apiece. It's going to be a race to 2 from here, Sharik.
No player deserves to lose this match.
Right.
It's been so close.
Yeah. And look at the TPAs. They're up there right where, that's high quality performance on the 5x10. You're in the 850s. You're really getting your money's worth here, Sharik.
Oh, I'm glad.
One thing, and this is a true thing, when you do commentary for these, it keeps you more engaged. And there are little nuances and details that you glean from this that you might, if you're sitting in the stands and you just kind of glance at your phone and talking to somebody too, you miss out on. So,
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Totally. Because I'm guilty of that. I'll watch certain matches and then, hey, I got a text. Oh, what did he do?
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Should make it a habit, though, to keep my phone away when I'm watching a match. So I'm really into it.
Unless you're taking the picture or video of the match.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll say it that way then.
For training purposes.
Yeah. 9-9 our score. Immonen breaking. Got a little momentum his way right now. Good square hit. 7-ball found the pocket. Then 2-ball slowed the cue ball down. 10-ball's going over by the corner. Can't see what kind of a shot. He has a pretty thin cut on the one, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. The thing about these shots is that, making the ball itself is pretty difficult already, but when you have to focus on the cue ball and it's running, it makes it that much more difficult.
Yeah. There's really not much of a choice, though. It's not an easy safety play here either. Mika's going to land heavy on the 9.
It's almost as if your body wants to turn around and immediately watch where the cue ball wants to go.
Yeah.
And then players end up missing the shot because of that.
Well, he did a good job to pocket the ball, and now he may have to decide to play safe, or else he has to pocket the 2 and try to collide into the 5 to slow it down.
I think that's the 4 ball.
The 3 ball's right down there by the 2, right down here. So,
yeah.
And the 4 ball's down here. Yeah, doesn't really have a pocket. So, man, this is a tough. He's got a hard decision to make here.
It's going to be a great shot if he makes the 2 and collides into the 5 to hold for the 3. Just like that. Oh.
Tried to do it.
Just a little too thin.
Great effort, though.
Yeah.
Tremendous shot and a great effort to try to do something with the cue ball there. Well, now what?
This is a really tough spot.
Right. Even the bank doesn't have much on offer here. No, he went for the bank this way, off the 10.
Wow.
That's okay, but still nothing on the 4, though, is a problem with that one. He's just, every shot has just been do or die type of thing, so I can't fault him.
It's getting harder and harder each shot.
Yeah. Now he's got to deal with clutter. He's trying to play safe. He's got the cue ball colliding into the 10. If he thins the 4.
I don't see any shot where he can attack here, so he has to be playing safe now.
And, off the rail, awkward angle. Boy, what a nice effort. Oh, he sold out the shot, though. He wanted to get that right on but man, what a tough shot to try. He's frozen to the rail, second diamond up from the corner pocket, straight in. Now he's complaining that he didn't quite roll on the 6. That takes a remarkably good shot from that position, and that might have been all he had. Yes. This is Immonen's pose when he's dissatisfied. He's look at the wrist. He's got the hand gesturing going on. He is humorous.
Yes, he is.
Uh-oh. How's he doing here, Sharik? No, I think he's okay. Or too
he's-
far, too far.
He's overhit that. And now he might have to play safe. But even the safeties looks a little difficult. Unless he's going to try to, maybe put the cue ball behind the 8 ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's the shot.
I think that's a good job from the position that he was in. You would like to have gotten it perfect, but he had to go through the 5 ball a little bit, and then Mika's pointing out to the timekeeper that the shot clock's not correct. There it is.
I've seen Mika make shots like these so many times.
Straight back bank, or what do you mean? Where it crosses it, or
Well, I thought the 5 passes.
Oh,
If it doesn't, well,
okay.
then
it may pass. No?
yeah, if it passes, I think
Okay. Well, that'll be a great shot from here.
looks like he's playing safe.
Like if they get on by there. Oh, that was
Wow.
that was reasonable. That's plenty tough. Don't worry about that. You got to really make a clean strike on this. On a scale of 10, 10 being the most difficult, this is probably an 8.
Oh yeah.
Watching his elbow there on the screen. How straight he keeps it. Yeah, real smooth. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
No elbow collapse there.
He hit that like a dream.
Yeah, he sure did. What a shot that was.
Mr. Smooth.
Golly. He didn't even threaten missing.
So another tester here.
Yeah, these zap a lot of energy. Plus, you got to roll this too. You can't just lay into it. Got to be really good.
He twitched just a hair on that shot there. I think he knew the moment he hit it.
That's the difference of the 5x10, though. But that ball goes in on a 4.5x9, even with that, and not on the 5x10.
You got to be really still on those shots.
Just unforgiving.
I'm surprised he played it that way. I felt like he should have gone 3 rails, but yeah, just probably didn't want to go back to his extension.
Oh my.
He only has himself to blame for that shot.
Yeah.
I think it was just the poor position from the 8 to the 9.
It didn't have to be that way.
I think he had every bit of angle to run 3 rails, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He must be pretty disappointed now.
No doubt
Blowing
about
up
it.
an opportunity like that.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
You could heat a pot pie on his head right about now. 10-9 is our score. More in front. Yeah, you hate to let games slip away after you played so good to get back.
Yeah. And I mean, this is a pretty important moment because the score was 9-9. It's just a race to 2 from here on.
Yeah.
I would not be happy with myself. if I made such a
You got to let it go.
blunder.
Yeah, and you will, and that's just inevitable. But you got to try to minimize those.
No, I think this is one of the hardest parts about pool is when you make a mistake like that and you can't really take a break and you're in that match and you have to bounce back mentally
Yeah,
and not eat yourself up just because you made that mistake.
Right.
That's pretty difficult.
Yeah, you just cannot risk compounding it. So you might as well go ahead and start getting prepared for your next inning and let that it happen. Now what?
Yeah,
Lamenting it is never going to help.
I totally agree with you. But I think it's just a very difficult thing to do.
True that.
Yeah.
Cue ball got away, and he made the ball behind the one on the sides, and the 8 ball going to hang up. That helps matters. All right, Mika. Let the last rack go, and let's tie this match up.
Yeah, we all want to see a heel match.
Yeah.
Make it as exciting as possible.
I'm really not for one player over the other. I'm just for a good match,
Me too.
especially with good play. I really love it. And this is kind of that psychological test. Now, he gave one away, but he has an opportunity here. And so you can't regain what you lost.
Yeah.
So now it's just make the most of this.
He can redeem himself.
Yeah, 100%. Plus, he'll have the break.
And their TPAs are still so close.
Well, that's kind of what I was saying earlier, is that it's the kind of the cardinal sin to not get 3 with ball in hand.
Yeah.
He got 1 with ball in hand.
I think I've seen it all this match. I can't believe my eyes. If you're John Morrah, you almost feel like you have to capitalize now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the self-inflicted pressure we were talking about.
This shot here will go a long ways towards capitalizing. It's not an easy shot. No, cleanly struck. He played it with a little bit of pace, and I think that helped him to pocket the ball, because I think if he tried to baby it, I think it was going to be a harder shot to hit.
I agree. But babying it would have given him an easier position.
Right.
Because you could have played the 4-8 combination.
Right. Yeah, it's not going to be an easy good position here. Is he going around the table? Is that it? I guess so. But he's winding up. So a 3 cushion route.
Very well
That's a
played.
dandy position there.
I can only imagine the emotions that Mika is going through right now.
Morrah knew playing it in that way. There was a remote possibility the 6 follows that in. So this is not that easy of a position play, because that's pretty deep.
Yep.
And that's what he had just had to end up taking this.
It wouldn't have been bad if the 6 had dropped as well.
Right. And still 2 big shots in front of him. By far, not a certainty. Yeah, I kind of like this more. Take your time.
Would you roll this ball in or
I
stun
would.
it?
No, I would. Looks like he's going to stun it. Yeah, he shot it in rather. Look at it. Ooh.
Wow, that was clean.
I would have rolled it because I want to get a little closer to the 9 or 10.
I think he was focused on just making the 9.
Yeah, that was the nice pace to just make the 9.
Yeah.
This is match ball. We're going hill, folks.
Okay. I think this is pretty exciting. I can't imagine the turn of events that have just taken place. Wow.
10-10 is our score. Mika, he shakes his head though. He's falling
Wow.
on the 10.
Mika probably can't believe himself too.
Well, I knew when he left the cue ball over there, it was not a gimme for sure. You know, that's why I would have rolled it, but I probably would have hung the 9. So I don't know.
Both ways.
Yeah,
Mika wins the game.
I would have been closer to the 10 anyway if I did get the thing to fall.
I think there's nothing wrong with the way John Morrah played it. Just, it happens to everyone.
Either way, yeah,
Yeah.
either way, you can miss either way. So it is. Once again, it's the difference is the 9-foot table. I mean, that probably goes on a 9-footer.
I agree.
Much better test for pro players.
For some reason, a shot like that 10 ball, you tend to make it so much more under practice conditions. But when you play a shot like that in a tournament and you're playing with a little bit of side spin,
Yeah,
it actually deflects a little bit more because of the slick conditions.
yeah,
And
yeah.
we almost always, players don't account for that deflection. And that's how we end up missing those shots.
Well, the 8-ball found the pocket. The cue ball kicked around. 7-ball obstructs the pocket for the 1. So truly, at this point, John Morrah shouldn't put his head down. He should just be getting prepared for his next turn and making another great stroke.
I totally agree.
That game's gone. Like you said earlier, it's harder to do than it is to say, and I agree. But
it's so much easier said than done, but
Yeah.
I think that's one of the most difficult aspects of pool, the mental side of it.
ooh, that's a dandy shot from Immonen from where he was at.
Looks like he just got there, maybe. Yeah, John Morrah is gonna have to swerve past the 5 ball.
Yeah. It's got a little half bend to it. This is one of these that it can go good or it can go bad. There's not a certainty about any of this. Needs a rail. Did he get a rail? He did. Did he leave a shot?
yeah.
I think he left a shot.
Yeah, but that's a real good effort.
Yeah. Yep.
And still a lot of work to do.
Mm-hmm.
He could have bumped the 3 right by the side, and that would have made his work a lot easier.
Yeah.
But now it's in a pretty tough spot.
Looks like he can 2 rails around there. No. Rail first. Okay.
Good shot.
That was a good shot there.
Yeah. I think he almost thought he missed it. Wow.
What a shot that was. Yeah.
Played that to perfection.
I didn't think he would attack it that way, but he got there perfect.
To be honest, I thought he was going for the top left corner pocket. But, it worked out nice. Because it was so risky to be coming so close to the 5. So it would be better if he had placed it for the top left corner pocket, which I think was what he was going for.
I just overamped a little bit.
Yeah.
Worked out great. He got a little straight here.
Nothing that he can't handle because he has that stroke power.
Mm-hmm. Will he come out 2 rails or just play it in the long corner? I think he's going to come out 2 rails.
Yeah, I think coming out 2 rails is
a little bit easier.
A little bit easier.
Handle.
And then he decides to draw it. I think he's one of those players that likes to let out his stroke as opposed to babying the balls.
Yeah. He grew up playing that Russian pyramids game with heavy balls, so he's pretty used to it. Oh, boy. Here we are, match ball. He takes a deep breath. And right from the brink of elimination, he faced it out and came back. Very entertaining match. Well, this has been an AccuStats presentation of world-class pool. That is our time for this time. Until next time, so long.